Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine. So yes, now it's time to study English subject. So I am back with the chapter My Elder Brother. Now if you remember in the previous class, we finished till scene 2. Yes? And what did we study? First in scene 1, where Bhaiya explains Munna the necessity of hard work and studying instead of continuously playing. Now in scene 2, we studied that exams got over, the results were out, and Bhaiya failed, whereas Munna passed. And Munna was happy. He thought he doesn't have to do hard work because he passes easily. Now there was 3 years difference of class between Bhaiya and Munna. Now because Bhaiya failed once again, now there is only 2 years difference, right? And Bhaiya was scolding Munna when he said that I passed and I topped the class. Now we'll begin with scene 3. I hope you all are ready. So open page number 68. As I read, you also have to look into the textbooks. Scene 3. The results were out once again, and it so happened that Munna passed and Bhaiya failed again. So now can you imagine that someone who is studying so much, someone who is doing so much of hard work, he failed the third time, right? So again, now Munna passed, Bhaiya failed. Bhaiya was really upset. Now this was the third time that he failed. How we came to know? In the scene 2 we saw that Bhaiya failed once again. There was a sentence used. It means first he failed, again he failed, and the third time he failed. So obviously he'll get upset. Munna was also sad seeing his brother so unhappy. Now obvious it is that Munna is Bhaiya's brother, right? Now both are brothers, so if Bhaiya was unhappy with the results, now Munna seeing his brother also got unhappy. Bhaiya now becomes gentler when with Munna. Now what does this mean? Now what happened the last 2 times? Bhaiya always used to scold Munna that you don't have to play, do hard work, go all continuously study and all, right? So now Bhaiya he became kind with Munna. He was not scolding Munna. Munna became naughtier because of this and studied even less than before. So now what happened? Because Bhaiya was not scolding, right? Bhaiya was kind to Munna. So what happened now? Munna thought, because now Bhaiya failed 3 times, Bhaiya will not say anything to me. So now Munna, he did not even study that much which he did before. He became really naughtier and he used to continuously play. So this was the scene 3. So let's see what happens in it. Munna, talking aloud. Now talking aloud means he was loudly saying this. Okay? I am lucky. I can pass easily. Now what happened? Because of the 2 times he didn't work so hard and he passed the classes, 7th standard, 6th standard, 7th standard. So what did Munna say? I am lucky. I can pass easily. But is it so that you can pass easily in exams? By luck? Not every time. I need not study so hard. So now what Munna thought? Because I pass easily, I don't need to study. मुझे पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं कि मैं पास हो जाता हूँ. He thought like this. I don't have to work hard. Now, I can play games with my friends and fly kites. But I should still be careful that Bhaiya does not see me flying kites. Okay, he was a little scared of Bhaiya now. Still, he was a little scared, but still, he was very free now. He thought he can play all the time with his friends, he can fly kites, he can do whatever he wants apart from studying. Okay, why was he saying this that he can play all time? Because he thought that he can pass easily. Okay, now come to the next page. One day a kite is flying slowly downwards. Munna starts running in order to grab it. Suddenly, he comes face to face with Bhaiya. Now, we know in the last dialogue of Munna that he was saying himself that Bhaiya should not see me flying kites. Okay, so one day what happened, he was the kite, now it was flying slowly downwards. Now usually kites goes upward na, when you fly kite what happened, it goes upward in the sky, वो ऊपर ही जाती रहती है, right? But this was coming downwards. It means kite was falling from upward. Kite was falling down on the ground. It was coming downwards. Okay, so I'll tell you how it is. The kite was coming downwards like this towards the ground. Okay, now Munna thought, let me go and catch it. And we usually do this, right? So Munna, he was running towards the kite. He was running towards the kite. That the moment the kite comes down, I will grab it. Grab. What is the meaning of grab? Catch it. Okay. And suddenly as he was, he was looking upwards towards the kite. And what happened? Who came in face to face with him? Bhaiya. Now he was scared that Bhaiya would see him flying kites. So what did Bhaiya say? Catching hold of Munna's hand. Now what did Bhaiya do? He holded Munna's hand. And what he did? Aren't you ashamed to be playing kites all day long? Now because Munna, he passed and he became a little naughtier, he was playing, Bhaiya did not say much. But now when Bhaiya saw that he is continuously playing, what happened? Now he's asking, aren't you ashamed? Don't you have shame that you are playing kites the whole day? Don't you realize that now you are in 8th class? Now he said, now you are in 8th standard. Okay, don't you know that it is really difficult? And are not studying in lower class. And you know that you are not studying in lower class. It means kind of 5th, 6th. Okay, you are in 8th standard. If you think that I am just one class ahead of you and I can't say anything, you are wrong. So now Munna thought that Bhaiya will not say anything to me because Bhaiya also failed 3 times. So why will he say me to study again and again? And I always pass. So now Bhaiya is scolding him that, do you think that I am in 9th standard? I am just one class ahead. I am in 9th standard and I will not say anything to you. Do you think like that? But it is wrong. I am 5 years older than you are and will always be. So now Bhaiya is saying, though I am just 1 year ahead of you in school, but I am 5 years older to you. And I will always be your elder brother. Now why was he saying this? That I am older to you? He was saying this because he was showing Munna and that Bhaiya was still having rights to scold Munna. Okay, that is why he was saying this. Understanding does not come only from reading books. So what does it mean? Now, if you continuously keep on reading something, but that does not go into your mind, you don't understand what is written. Does it make any sense? You just कोई भी बुक उठा लो, उसको रीड करो, पर तुम्हें समझ नहीं आ रहा है. Does it make sense? No. So he said, understanding does not come only from reading. There are many other things. Okay? सिर्फ पढ़ने से समझदारी नहीं आती है. There are so many things that make you, there are so many things that you learn from. And what he says, look at Ma and Baba. Ma has never gone to school and Baba has only passed 5th class. So now he was giving example of his mother and father. Right? He said that look at your mother, look at our mother and father. Mother has never gone to school and our father, he passed only 5th standard. But still, they are more intelligent than us. They have the right to scold us, they have the right to teach us everything. Okay? So now what Munna is saying, really Bhaiya? Is that true? Now Munna was asking that is it that mother never went to school and father has only passed 5th class? So he was asking, is it true? Bhaiya, yes, there are 1,000 things that they know more than you or me. So obviously, even we also feel, though we grow up, our mothers and fathers, they know more than us and they have more knowledge than us about the world. And even if we have studied the wisdom of the whole world, Ma and Baba will always have the right to explain to us and correct us. Now, what is he saying? Even if we have studied the wisdom, it means even we have the knowledge of the whole world. Still, our mother and father, they have the right to scold us, they have the right to correct us. And nowadays, what do we see in today's generation? If the mother and father, they are trying to scold them and trying to say them something, what do they say? You keep quiet, you don't know anything. This is what the answer is given to mother and father, which is very, very, very wrong, right? So, what is Bhaiya teaching Munna? That though we may have full knowledge of anything, but still our parents, they have the rights to explain us, correct us, scold us where we are wrong, though whatever age we may be. Though if you're 25, 35, whatever, but if your parents are there, they have the right to scold you, explain you, and correct you. Okay? You are never superior to your parents. So now, what would you do if I were to fall sick today? So now Bhaiya asked Munna that if I get sick, okay, what would you do? अगर मैं बीमार हो जाऊँ तो तुम क्या करोगे? Now Munna, I don't know Bhaiya. I would tell Baba and he would rush to the hostel. So now, as I told, Munna and Bhaiya, they were living in hostel and their parents, they were living in a village. So now Munna said, I don't know. I will call father. If you get sick, I will call father and he will come. He will rush means obviously if the child is sick, he would hurriedly come, right? So he said he would hurriedly come to the hostel. Now Bhaiya, I had expected this answer. Now Baba would not get upset. He would first try to find out what was wrong and then he would call a doctor. Baba would know exactly what to do. They have more experience than us. So now what Bhaiya was explaining Munna, that you at that time would have not known anything what to do if I get sick. But father, if he comes, he would not get upset seeing me that, my child got sick, he will not do anything like this. He will first see what was wrong, why did I get sick, and then he will call a doctor if necessary, right? Why? Because now they have more experience than us. They know what to do. They have knowledge of everything, though they might have studied or not studied. Now Munna, with tears in his eyes. Now, as Bhaiya was explaining the importance of, the hard work, studying, and what our parents are going through, what are their rights, what are the rights of our elder brother or sister. As he was talking about all this, Munna got tears in his eyes. Bhaiya, I'm sorry. What you say is true. So now Munna said, yes Bhaiya, whatever you are saying is true. I should not be so mischievous, naughty, thinking that I know everything. I can pass easily. That you have the right to scold me and I also need to study and do hard work. This is what Munna meant to say. So now Bhaiya to Munna, he said sorry to Bhaiya and he said, yes, whatever you are saying is true. Our elders, it may be your brother, it may be your sister, it may be your parents, it may be your grandparents, our elders, they have the right to say the correct thing to us and teach us because they have more experience than us. Bhaiya hugs Munna lovingly. Right? So now what did Bhaiya, as Munna was younger and he had tears in his eyes, Bhaiya gave a hug to Munna. And Bhaiya said, I also like to play and fly kites. So now Bhaiya is explaining to Munna that I also like to play and fly kites. What do you think? This Bhaiya didn't have interest in playing games or anything? Yes, everybody, all of us have that, right? We like something or the other, we like to do that. But we don't. Why? Maybe some responsibilities come on our head. So what did he say? But if I also play, then how can I watch out for you? You're my responsibility. Now, Bhaiya was saying Munna that if I also do like you, I also come on the playground, play kites, fly kites and just play all the games the whole day, then who will teach you? Like, yes, obviously, if your younger ones learn from what the elders want, do. Now, you might also have seen, if you have your younger brother or sister, whatever you do, your brother or sister, the younger ones, they follow you, right? So now Bhaiya said, if I also play, who will look after you? You are my responsibility, right? The younger one is the responsibility of the elder one. Now because they both were living in the hostel. Now obviously Bhaiya had to look after Munna because he was young. So he said, you are my responsibility. Okay, and even I like to play, but I don't because I have to even teach you something. Munna, I love you, Bhaiya. So now Munna understood everything that yes, whatever my Bhaiya is saying is because for my benefit. Okay, so that I become a good citizen, I know my responsibilities. Okay, I get good marks. Bhaiya always scolds me, and he is having the right to scold me. So that is where now Munna understood what actually Bhaiya was trying to say. So here we finished with the chapter. Now, what do we get to learn from this chapter? We get to learn from this chapter that you may fail sometimes. It's not that the whole life you're going to keep on failing. If you fail once, you don't stop doing the hard work. Now, it is not only about studying, it can be anything in your life. If you're working hard and you fail, that does not mean you stop and you're going to fail all the times. Right? Look at Bhaiya. He failed 3 times. But then he did not stop studying. Right? So keep trying until you get success. Okay? And one more thing we learn, that we need to respect our elders. Okay, it may be your brother, sister, your parents, your grandparents, it can be anyone. If they scold you, if they explain you something, if they teach you something, okay, if they correct your mistakes, don't get annoyed. They have the right to do so. Okay, and the whole chapter now we completed. We completed my elder brother. We completed this drama. And if you have any doubt, okay, feel free to ask in the comment section.